silent, please, or off, whatever you wanna do.
Ready? It's on.
Good.
Hello, hello. It's on. All right, now call the October 25th, 2016 meeting of the Madison County Board of Adjustment to order. Will you call the roll, please?
Wayne Pinkowski.
Here.
Howard Bowden.
Here.
Jimmy Rogers.
Here.
Ralph Oliver. George Dillon.
Here. All right, first item we have on the agenda will be the look at the minutes from the last meeting.
Yeah, I need to, make y'all aware of a change. Basically, everywhere it says Ralph Oliver Jr., we have changed that to Ralph Oliver, because he's not junior. So Patty went through and made the change. So just for your all's knowledge, the official copy that's in the record, that's the only change that we made to it.
But there's other changes that I've been made aware of. None of them got page 4.
Y'all get page 4. It's also in the record. If y'all wanna look at it, I can bring it to you.
Yeah, I'd like to recommend that we postpone approval of the minutes until we get a recopy sent to all the board.
Or can I just let you look at it right now? I don't know if we can move forward with a new agenda without approving the minutes from the last meeting.
We've done that several times before.
Yeah.
We haven't had the minutes.
Just
in the past, so I
postpone
don't know if
approving
that's
it
any
until
big
the
thing.
next meeting. Send us a new copy of the minutes and we'll approve it at the next meeting.
That's up to y'all.
I'm fine with that.
man.
Yeah.
Second motion.
Call the roll.
Jimmy Rogers.
Yes.
Howard Bowden.
Yes.
Wayne Pinkowski.
Yes?
George Dillon.
Yes. All right, we have 3 cases on the agenda tonight. We have a 3031 Poozy Ridge Road. Is someone here to speak on their behalf?
Yes.
All right, if you wanna come to the podium. State your name and address for me, please.
Randall Winkler Jr., 1652 Posey Ridge Road.
All right, Mr. Winkler, do you agree to give truthful and accurate information as it pertains to this case?
Yes.
Continue.
Got a piece of property that I just bought at 3031 Posey Ridge Road. Want to set a mobile home up there. I need a variance on the distance, because I can't set it as far back as it needs to be on account of it dropping over the hill.
What's the problem out there, isn't it?
It's a little bit of a problem, yes.
All the way up and down that
Right
road.
beside 3035, you go out the road there, it's back this way.
So you're asking, you're wanting to reduce the setback from 125 feet to 40 feet. So that's an 85-foot variance?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to put it back as far as possible because I don't want it no closer to the road than it has to be. But they said to my decks, and I mean, I left myself 3 or 4 foot from my
You know, your
decks.
steps and everything need to be behind the
Yes,
40-foot mark.
right.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know how much farther he can go back, can you? There's not much, maybe
Yeah,
5
he's
feet
about-
or more?
Probably might be able to go a few feet back farther than it's sitting there now, he's
Yeah.
just got it stored there.
Yeah.
What is the total size of that property? Do you own the barn back there?
Yeah,
So
actually I own that 3035 right there also.
what would be the problem with setting it back in that area? There, you've got flat land up in that area rather than putting it right on the ridge.
Well, I don't wanna build a road all the way back through there for one reason. I mean, it's expensive, it goes a long way back through there.
But there is flat land back up all in that 30 acres.
There's maybe one spot back there. But no, the rest of it's hillsides.
So there's manufactured homes all out through there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've had the same issue up and down the whole road.
We've looked at, I'm just looking
Yeah,
at, you know,
I-
is there an alternative to being that, for your sake also, to being that close to the road? You know, you have to have area to pull off, to have a place where you pull into, and that, you've got a mobile home sitting right up over there, it gets hard to do that type of thing.
And well, if I pull it up closer to the Bar C real estate property there, his fence line, and that'll leave me room on the end for a parking lot or whatever. Cause there's already a drive going into 3031.
Are you gonna come in and park
front with a tunnel.
That's
Right
right.
here, there's a little driveway right here, you can't hardly make it out.
So where you currently have it located in spot, I drove up there yesterday and looked, you've got the mobile home sitting there already. Where you currently have it spotted is not really where it's gonna be. It's
No.
gonna be more toward the right and back ways.
Yes. I bought the mobile home really cheap, had to take it somewhere. I called Marty and told him that, you know, I was gonna try to pull it down there, and I didn't want y'all to think I was trying to get ahead of you on anything. I just needed somewhere to pull it, cause it had to be moved within
If
a
y'all
week
remember, this
after I
is the one
bought
that we
it.
had to take off the agenda
Last
last
month.
month, and that was our mistake, because of the advertising that was done, we had to remove from the agenda, so it's been sitting there a while, but that's not entirely his fault.
Any further questions, comments? Anybody? If not, I'll open the floor for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve a dimensional variance for the property located at 3031 Poozy Ridge Road to allow the landowner to place a mobile home with a 85-foot variance from the existing 125-foot standard. That'll allow you a 40, what will that be, a 40-foot?
He's reduced,
Yeah, you want the
You're-
40-foot variance.
no, he's
To
reducing the
85.
building line from 125 to 40, which is an 85 foot.
85
foot
variance.
variance, just to clarify.
Okay.
Alright, so that's the motion. So here a second.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Jerry Rogers?
Yes.
Howard Bowden?
Yes.
Wayne Pinkowski?
Yes.
George Dillon?
Yes.
Thank you all.
The second item we have on our agenda is a dimensional variance for 3524 Berea Road. Is someone here to speak on their behalf?
They are.
I think that's 3425, change.
30,
Yeah.
is it 24 or 25? Alright,
That needs to be correct. Well, one of the two, it's either wrong on
It's
the map.
3425.
is it 25? Okay.
Right.
24 on one, 25 on the other. Alright, will you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name's Mike Miller. I live at 176 Donald Drive, Richmond, Kentucky,
All right.
40475.
Mr. Miller, do you agree to give truthful and accurate information as it pertains to this case?
I do.
Alright, continue with what you're wanting to do.
We're asking for a dimensional variance there on Berea Road, on the site that we're talking about, Berea
Where
Road,
it says Doors Patton.
Doors Patton, that lot right there. There's a 125-foot leeway or
Setback.
setback.
That's
Okay,
right.
thank you. I'm not familiar with these terms, so. And I'm asking for a dimensional variance of, I think we said 40 foot,
He's got
You're,
40-foot variance.
a 40-foot
Yeah.
variance. That still allows the 60-foot highway variance and the 20-foot electrical, and then actually a few feet extra, 10-foot extra. But
so you're asking to reduce it from 125 to 85, which is a
Yes.
40-foot variance, just to
Yes.
clarify.
Yes,
I don't know if y'all remember, but probably 8 months ago,
We
we
did
did a
something
garage
there.
right there.
Yep.
Sure.
It's because of this, it's the same problem. Those lots were laid out years ago and they're all very narrow, they're not very deep at all, and it's an ongoing issue that we've dealt with several times out there.
Is this for, just, what are you building, a single-family house, or what we?
yes, residence, yeah.
New house?
It's a manufactured house.
Mhm.
Okay.
Somehow compatible. There's mobile homes in the area within the proper distance. It is a mixed bag of uses out through there. So kind of a, you know, there's plenty of other mobile homes and businesses, and then there's other regular stick-built top housing there. We've come to the conclusion in our office that we're gonna allow that to be permitted if you all allow the variance.
But you don't happen to recall the variance or the dimensional variance for the one there on the entrance to Twin Lakes, do you?
I don't remember, but I can't see how it would be
Any,
much
not gonna be any
difference
closer
because
than that,
they've got-
probably.
They've got the rear variance that they're having to deal with too, so they've only got a very small area in there
So-
that they can go to get what they need, so.
if I remember.
I don't suspect that it'll be much out of line with the other, I mean, if you draw a line, pretty much, you're gonna be kind of in line with what's
Actually,
already out there.
it'd be back set even
Yeah.
from some of the
You're
others.
not gonna be closer to the road than they are, right?
Yeah, actually, it's even more back set
If I
than
remember
they
the
are.
last time we had to deal with the utility variance there too.
Mhm. Yeah, and you've dealt
And
with that, and already talked to
already
somebody about
covered that. We've made allowances for the 20 feet, utility variance and then added 10 feet.
Okay.
They even give it a 30-foot variance.
Yeah. I don't have any further questions. Does anybody have any further questions, comments? We've kinda had similar issues out there before, same road, a couple lots away. So if not, I'll open the floor for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion for the property located at 3425 Berea Road, that we grant a variance from 125 feet to 85 feet, or a 40-foot variance for that property.
All right, second,
Second. You got it.
call the roll, please.
Who's the second? Howard?
Howard.
Okay. Wayne Pinkowski?
Yes.
Howard Bowden?
Yes.
Jimmy Rogers?
Yes.
George Dillon?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, the third item on the agenda is for dimensional variance at 130 Waco Loop Road. Mr. Wilson, state your name and address for me for the record, please.
David Moore,
Or-
513 Letcher Avenue. I'm here for the Wilsons.
Okay, David Moore.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Moore, do you agree to give truthful and accurate information as pertains to this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and continue.
From what I understand, we got to get a variance change because the Wilsons were having a apartment put in their existing structure up there, and you can't encroach the center line by 25 foot on Waco Loop and 100 foot from College Hill, I
It
think.
was 125 from College Hill and 50 from Waco.
It was 50 from Waco Loop.
Right.
And actually, the structure's got an existing concrete bunker. It's already sitting right at the edge of the road line. I mean, it's tight out there at Waco and College Hill, so,
Right here on the back of this building, right here.
yeah.
It's on the back of the building?
Yes, sir.
Back
On the
corner,
back of that
back
building.
corner like. Actually, the steps comes in back in behind it, I think, in the back of it there, come down.
So they're already back behind the existing building?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So
So we didn't make it,
That's, is my understanding, that's the only access to the upstairs of that building?
I think it is.
Interior steps.
No, there's another set on the other side,
On
In
the,
the backside.
the stop side here?
yes.
Okay.
On the other end. It's the old, actually, it used to be Waco Lodge back in, I don't know, 40.
A and B Groceries, the last
so
one there.
is this right here the front of the building here?
Well, that's the front of the building, right?
Yeah.
So this is the front, but this right
There's
here
the
also
porch.
faces the road,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It's kind of a wraparound porch on the building.
Yeah,
Alright, so he put stairs back in here somewhere,
Yes,
Yeah.
on the
right
corner.
there, right there on the corner.
Forward corner.
right up
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah, there's steps right there.
But he's still behind the porch.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not going any closer to the road. I mean, that building's right on the road.
It's right on it.
Well,
But he's not going any closer than
that
anybody.
concrete porch had to be a loading dock sometime, but I don't think it was meant intended for cars. It's probably horse and buggy, wasn't it?
What is the building
That was
required
a livery
setback area,
stable
probably?
back in,
What do you say?
Well, College Hill's a state highway, so it's 125 feet. That's, Waco Loop is 50 feet, and they're probably, I don't know what kind of variance you're asking for. but
26.
So by adding the steps doesn't make anything more non-conforming, he's not
It
coming out any
doesn't, no,
further.
it doesn't.
So, okay, so.
Question is, why did you build the steps before getting approval?
Just that they did.
sa- safety reasons.
Ma-
If you're gonna talk, you gotta.
Yeah, come up to the podium, state your name and address, please.
I'm
If-
Patricia,
Come up here to the podium so we can hear you and get it on record.
Patricia Wilson, the landowner. My address is 155 Waco Loop.
All right, Ms. Wilson, do you agree to give truthful and accurate information as pertains to this case?
I do.
All right, now you can go.
Okay. For safety reasons, and we were having a Section 8 inspection, it already had an existing apartment and door there and an old set of steps that was not safe. And so, Mr. Moore, we've kind of tried to patch things up, and we had it set for the 10th And the Section 8 inspection wasn't until yesterday, but because y'all couldn't come on the 10th, we'd already applied for the building permit, and it's already paid for and up there in the drawer. So that was the situation.
But the stairs were
Y'all
built before you got the permit?
No, we didn't build the steps till after the 10th, but you all canceled the 10th meeting. When we were told we had to have the thing in by the 5th, and y'all were gonna have a meeting on the 10th.
Hmm.
The meeting would normally been on the 20th, I believe, because you were gonna be out of town.
Yeah, I was out of town, so
Yeah.
part of that's my fault.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Was it the 10th or?
Yeah, I remember we were supposed, because I come down and paid the fees and stuff there, because I was behind the curve when I got called to do this project.
Mhm.
And then there was a, Section 8
Inspection?
inspection, and then some continuing stuff going on, and then I'm already halfway into the process of doing some framing there, and then there's some very thin plywood that which workers are working on, and my liability insurance, and I started weighing out the thing, and I started, you know what, we're just gonna get this thing a little bit more safer than what's going on there, and that's what the situation was.
It's my recollection that they started the project, then we informed them they needed a permit for the deck, came in, then we realized it was
Variance.
encroaching on the setbacks, so therefore that's when we stopped and said, hey, let's hold up. He wasn't far as long as he is today with the deck then.
But I
He
think
had
he's trying to
some-
say that would have been a safety issue. If you just stopped where you were at, it could have been a safety issue
Yeah,
because of what you had already done.
Is it, so it's just a set of steps that go over the landing at the top?
Yeah,
Okay,
two
no,
landings,
yes.
just,
But it services this apartment, which this is the only way to get in and out of that apartment,
Yes, sir.
correct?
That's
Yes,
correct.
So if you don't, I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other, but
if you don't have the
the only
steps, there's no way to
access
get in there?
to get to this apartment, that's right.
Okay.
Well, it had like a set of steps, it was just unsafe.
Right, and you're
correct.
So-
you're actually trying to make it,
So we're actually just replacing, going the same footprint.
So what variance number are we asking for? We're asking to reduce it from 50 feet to,
28 and a half feet on here. Is that to the steps from the center of the road?
That, I get to, and that's where you're at, you know,
It's hard to
who's
tell
at
out
the
there, I
center. There's
understand.
no center line, so I get 27 foot from the closest 6x6 that's planted there, so,
To the center of the road?
to the center of the road, yes, sir.
And normally it would need to be 50.
50. So we need
So,
a 24-foot radius variance.
why don't we just go, we can do 50 to 25 with a 25-foot variance, is that,
yeah, and then you're
We've
a
got-
foot and a half over if you got a little.
we got a little playroom in there,
That'd be
right?
fair enough,
Depending
25
on the
foot.
tool you use, right, to determine the,
Depending on who's reading the tape.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've been in the middle of the road, so.
So we're gonna change this 28 and a half to 25,
Yeah.
and so that's gonna be your minimum per their approval from the center of the road, and that gets you what you need, right? Okay.
All right, 25-foot variance. Makes it simple. Anybody have any further questions, comments concerning that? Anything? If not, I'll open the floor for a motion.
Because we have an unusual circumstance, I'd like to make a motion that we approve a 25-foot variance for the property located at 130 Waco Loop Road. This is in consideration to build a stairway and replace a unsafe stairway at this location. The variance will be 25 foot from the center line of the road. Currently, there's a 50-foot variance, we'll now have a 50-foot requirement, now we'll have a 25-foot setback.
Do I hear a second?
Let me, can I say something? I've been getting questioned by the county attorney when they're writing these up, giving them the sign, and this is what it comes from here. And he's wanting to be a little more specific, and we just say, you may get, just, it's for the stairway only, not.
That's
for any other.
exactly right, it is, because we're replacing existing stairway, it is for the stairway
Yeah,
only.
you did, okay, thank you.
Do I hear a
Second.
second?
Have a second. I didn't hear.
I second.
Okay.
Call the roll, please.
Howard Bowden,
yes.
Jimmy Rogers. I got stereo there. Jimmy Rogers,
Yes.
Wayne Pinkowski,
Yes?
George Dill.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you much.
Can you-
no further, any further business? If not, I'll adjourn the meeting.
Let him turn it off.
Yeah, there's, I've got two follow-up questions for you. Yeah, this was a real unusual circumstance. If you don't grant it, it's an unusual second story to an old structure that,
One of the things that I look at on those is they haven't made it any more, they haven't made, by putting a set of stairs on there, the building's already there, it's already out in
Yeah.
front. They haven't made it any more non-conforming
the only
by
thing,
building something out closer to the road than what the existing building is.
the only thing is I thought in our regs, and Howard had brought it up earlier, is if you build something and you don't have a permit, it shouldn't even come before us. It should.
That's only if you intentionally do it and stuff like that. Now, he did, but it wasn't without knowledge of building inspection.
They
and
did
stuff
stop
like that.
when we asked them to,
And
now
stuff like
granted,
that.
But they shouldn't
But-
start at the start of it.
But
agreed,
the building code under unusual circumstances
right.
allows you to go on and do that if there's
Gotcha.
safety issues involved and stuff. So that's
That
what
whole
plays
area
out
there, there's nothing there that's conforming to that.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That
you know.
entire loop.
Yeah, that whole road.
The other thing
There's
is,
a,
I don't know if you happen to notice, and I don't know whose jurisdiction this is, but there's straight piping right into a sewer there. When I was out there, they've got campers, and their campers are dumping right into a sewer. That's not a good thing.
That's a health department, you know, we can make
In
them aware.
theory, he should have had 2 variances there, one for each setback, right?
You're talking about the one,
He
the
should have
Waco
had-
Loop Road,
He should have had one for the 125
good.
and one for the 50. And does that, in essence?
I mean, yes,
'Cause that's what
you're,
we did with
you're
that
changing the
one on Boone.
Because
footprint.
we did one like that on a corner, like because you'd have to have the variance for the
Both
setback
ways.
on both corners, but
The fact that he's replacing old stairs,
Yes.
I mean, it's,
that's the way I look at it. It's
Yeah.
already
he almost
there.
doesn't need a permit
This
if
is
you're
where I really
replacing.
Bert and I questioned ourselves after we
We
went through
done?
the process. Yes,
We're still on recording, we done,
yeah, we're done. That if I had to do it over again, I believe I would have.
Yeah, because you've already got something there, you're just tearing it down and replacing it,
I
same
mean, just like
location.
the mobile home, if the house was burnt down, you could go right back in the same footprint within a year without any variance.